Hiya, happy Friday, right? It is Friday, right? How y'all doing out there? It's the magic hour. Hi, Rizo. So good to see you. Yes, that's right. It's my first stream back. It's been a bit of a hiatus. Yeah, wow. Lots of drama in this move, but I'm finally at our destination. I'm finally all set up again, and it appears everything's working, so that's good news, right? It appears my computer still works. It appears all of my equipment is working. So, I'm sure I will need to make a few changes here. I don't know how good the audio is. This room that I'm in has a bit more of an echo than the old one, so it may sound a little strange. It's so wonderful to see you. How are you? How you been doing? Oh man, I tell you, I really missed streaming over the last week. I really missed it. I'm so glad that this is back together and working, and that nothing too crucial got busted. That was my main concern, you know. Whenever you move, you always run the risk that something really valuable gets destroyed, you know. So, um, yeah, I know this has been probably the 10th or more time I've moved this particular desk that I have too. But it went back together. I found all the parts, so must be doing pretty good. I'm getting to be a pro. What's going on? What's up? Did I miss something cool? Oh man. You didn't debut while I was gone, right? Oh dang! Congratulations, Rizo! Oh my gosh! Oh, that's amazing news! Oh, congrats, dude! Oh, still waiting on the last piece. Oh, well, we're all eagerly awaiting your debut. You've got so many great assets by so many great artists. I'm really looking forward to to seeing it all come together. Everything I've seen so far looks amazing. Oh my gosh, that is amazing news. I'm so psyched for you. Is that good news? Are you happy about that? Well, you know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Does this mean that you're gonna have to work more hours? Are we gonna see you less? I hope not. You already work too hard as it is. You're excited. Well, I'm glad that you're excited. That's the important part. That's a great opportunity, and you've got a lot of upward mobility within that organization. So you're doing really awesome. And I need to follow. I need to follow your two leads. It was your first week, so it was a little hectic. Everything's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah. Well, you need to make sure you take good care of yourself and get plenty of sleep. Because if you're the big boss, it's very important that you optimize your mental processes. Oh, yes. Yeah, I saw Pomato's name up there. Oh, she's so great. I I I saw her artwork of her rocket ship on what was it, on Twitter? I think she posted some kind of concept art for her character's rocket ship. I just thought that was so cool. I'm just amazed by the creativity of the VTubing community. You know, you've introduced me to a few other folks, Rizo, and And just looking at what these folks are doing and what they talk about and put out there on social media, I just find it fascinating. Oh man. Well, maybe now that I have all of my equipment back set up and working, maybe I can actually have a presence on the internet again. I feel like I dropped off the face of the earth for a whole week there. So much potential with fan art. I know. Oh gosh. She gets a lot of cute fan art too. I gotta reach out to some of these folks that you've suggested to me to get some little maybe like chibi panels done or something like this. I really was impressed with the one that you showed me. Look at you. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Well, you know a lot of you know and follow a lot of really good artists, and you are really on top of it when they have an opportunity to commission them, right? Because something I've learned from you is that all the best artists have a waiting list. Your sub badges, I can't wait to see the next time you stream. Yeah, you haven't been streaming at all. Well, now that I'm streaming again, you need to stream too. Right, Virtue? I think Virtue and I both sub. Need to get my money's worth. You need to show me how to play League and Apex Legends. How does a pro do it? Oh man. All right. Well, I thought it would be fun for us to play through the third Phoenix Wright game together. It's sort of a low-key experience, which I'm kind of craving right now. The past week was really a lot of overstimulation for me outside of video games. So I really wanted something kind of chill, something kind of funny. And Phoenix Wright really kind of hits that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and open this up. Now, we are playing the remastered trilogy, the HD re-release, right? And so we've already played through the first game, Ace Attorney, and most recently we have completed the second game, Justice for All, right? Which leaves us with the third game in the original trilogy, Trials and Tribulations. Fall Guys. Yeah, you know what? I would love to play Fall Guys. I have seen Virtue play a lot of Fall Guys, and he's actually very good at it. But I have never played, I don't think. Virtue, have I even played it one time? I don't think I have. But it looks like a lot of fun. And I really love all the skins and stuff that you have. Like, there's a lot of cool combos of looks you can have going on. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think I've done it even one time. But the thing is, I'm so bad at stuff that requires movement through 3D space. Like, so for example, something like Mario Kart requires you to move through 3D space, right? You're like navigating a track and this time and motion. So I am terrible at this. So when you have something like a Rainbow Road, I'm constantly falling off the sides. I can't stay on the road, like and my brain is just like, what's the deal, Chief? Like, why can't you figure this out? So, but maybe that's just like a muscle I need to exercise more. I didn't really get to play a lot of 3D games when I was young, so maybe I need to work on that, right? I know. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I need to learn so I can play all these cool games I'm missing out on. Alright, well in the meantime, why don't we get into this? And who is this? Is that Mia Fey? It appears to be Mia Fey, our old mentor. Alright. And this appears to be us, Phoenix Wright. Okay, episode 1, Turnabout Memories. Let's get into it. How did I get into this mess? Why did I do that? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Whoa. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Oh my gosh. 5 years earlier, Mia Fey's second trial. Okay, we're in the defendant's lobby. It's finally time. Kinda nervous. Alright. Well, you've been playing Cyberpunk. Oh, really cool. I'm really into cyberpunk settings, so I'd love to see some of that gameplay. That looks really neat. Yeah, Virtue, you did play it for a little bit. Yeah. Well, when Virtue was playing it, I think it was still sort of working out some of the some of the issues, but since then it's improved immensely, is my understanding. Yeah. All right. It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Ahem. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Oh, I remember her. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I did a lot of packing. A lot of packing. Too much packing. And you know what? I even drove a cargo van all by myself back and forth for one trip. That was an ordeal. I do not like driving large vehicles. That is what I have learned. Okay, so Grossberg, this guy, you may remember him from the first game. We encountered him when Mia was killed and we had to defend Maya, who was a suspect in the murder. Mia suggested we go to her original mentor, Mr. Grossberg here. So he is an attorney. Okay. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're gonna get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What, with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you said. And quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that. You see, I mean, Of course I have, I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Good morning there, everybody. Hey, it's our boy Phoenix. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. Oh, very cool. So we're getting the backstory of the relationship between Phoenix Wright and Mia Fey. That's really cool how they met one another. Yeah. Hey, thanks so much, Rizo. I was not stoked to be driving a large vehicle, especially in traffic. But I managed to get there and back in one piece without harming anyone or myself, and that's all I can really ask for. That's right, Virtue had a very minor fender bender, but no one was hurt, and it looks like we were hardly the first ones to add a little paint to that pole. Seems like people are frequently scraping against that pole. Yeah, they didn't charge us for it, so it couldn't have been too bad. You know, maybe it wasn't as bad as you thought, Virtue. Maybe it buffed right out, right? I hope. That's why you always get the insurance when you drive those things. So you can walk away. Be like, alright, there's a limit to how much trouble I can get myself into here. Oh man. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine. No prob. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Yeah, your doc is a smart dude. Right, Mr. Wright? You have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Ugh. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time, I'm gonna win. For my client, and for myself. This is quite a look Phoenix has going on. Alright, here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Ms. Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well... Busted. You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well, well, well. Hey, we've actually encountered this guy before. But he didn't have this same hairdo. He was a little lighter on top. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. All right, pharmacology. So pharmacology is what you would study if you wanted to become a pharmacist. So you're studying, things like the synthesis of different medications and interactions and things like this, right? So the impact on the brain of different medications. Neat stuff. Okay. It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Ooh, look at this. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. Wait a minute. So there's like a broken power line here. And then there's an umbrella? Did he get shocked to death? What the heck? And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Alright, so they think that we have killed this person. Well, they think Phoenix has killed this victim. Alright. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Crime photo 1. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. Okay. Well, luckily for us, the autopsy report's already in the court record here. It says, date and time of death, April the 9th at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. So, wow, that's really an interesting way to kill someone. So they're saying that Phoenix murdered this person by electrocuting him. I can't wait to hear the story. Okay. Can we look a little closer at this photo? I want to look at it again. Okay. So, I can see the source of electricity. I want to know what's Phoenix's interaction with this whole scenario, because how is he responsible, right? I am a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Whoa, dude, TMI. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. Alright, so it's walking us through this in case we haven't played the other games. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Gotta stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. Just press tab here. And we've already looked at it. Alright, so then let's go back. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Electrocution. According to the court record, there was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie. I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. Am I missing something here? Is there more? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. We got profiles. We haven't looked at these profiles yet. So let's see here. We got Marvin Grossberg, my superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. Phoenix Wright, my client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. Currently has a cold. Alright. Third-year art student. So he studied art before he went into law. Very cool. Doug Swallow, the victim, fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Delia Dahlia Hawthorne. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. Ooh. Dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, so a little rivalry between the guys over this gal, I see. Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this trial, a veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Okay, I think we have now examined everything there is to examine. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. The rookie killer? Oh my gosh. The rookie killer. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I'd like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found on the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Graybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Graybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between the profiles and evidence with tabs, so be sure to go over it all. We already did that, right? So we're good. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Well, it was this gal, right? So we're gonna go ahead and present. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. Ah, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh, I was a university student. Mr. Wright? You understand that you're suspected in the death of your fellow student. But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was... Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. It looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right. And it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he's your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? Hey, Virtue, thank you so much for the bits. You went for the variety pack there, huh? I love it. That there was a lie? A contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Ms. Fay. Yeah, there's definitely gotta be a contradiction here. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Well, how does he know the dude's a stuck-up British wannabe if he never talked to him? You're telling on yourself, dude. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. A Union Jack on the back of his shirt, huh? What Union Jack? I don't see anything on the back of this guy's outfit. Okay. Maybe we just present this? Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the shirt he's wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Oh. Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. Oh, jeez. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Oh. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How'd you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Come on, Mia. They found a bottle at the crime scene, right? Mr. Wright? Shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. Okay, so we have a second crime scene photo. Okay. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X. All right, so he's got the bottle of pills in his hand. Addicted! Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so could only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Order. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. The victim's watch stopped at the time of his death. Okay. Found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? Hold on, hold on. Let's take a look at that picture. So it was like a little past 3, right? On the watch. And this says 3 o'clock was the time of death, right? I mean, I guess it's close. But it isn't exactly 3 o'clock. Maybe that will be relevant later. Okay. Huh. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this? Oh. This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor, poor hemorrhoids. Okay, so what really happened, dude? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Hey, it's T-Bone. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Friday. How you been? All right. Phoenix is wearing a face mask. It's too real. Yeah, he's got a cold. So they've told him to wear this face mask so he doesn't get everybody sick. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Okay. All right. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. The pharmacology department, huh? Ah, yes. Yeah, so D-Bone, we are right now, I guess you can say, we're primarily playing as Mia, who was defending Phoenix Wright in a case that takes place in the past. All right? So in terms of the chronology of the games we've already played, this would be a prequel. This would be a prequel to the very first Phoenix Wright game, taking place, I think they said 5 years. 5 years before the events of the first game. Yeah, so Mia's alive, and actually Mia is defending us in a murder trial, and this is her second case ever. So, yeah. This is kind of showing us how we meet Mia, which is kind of neat, huh? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist, I see. So do we know Maya yet? No, you know what? We haven't... I don't think we've met Maya yet in terms of this chronology. I think we have only met Mia. And so far, Phoenix is a third-year art student. So he hasn't even started law school yet. But I think this might be the trial that inspires him to become an attorney. And this guy is in and out. Yeah, an art student, can you believe it? Well, you knew he was a creative guy by his hairdo. That's right. Phoenix Wright, ace painter. Phoenix Wright, ace artist. Oh gosh. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Yeah, we need more details. We don't need to know more about the timing of the meeting. Maybe the pharmacology department? Yeah, that's right, it does. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. High voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Where were you for lunch, my dude? On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Youch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. Huh. However, there's one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. Hey, it's Caddy! What's good, dude? Yeah, I am back, yeah. Guess who's back? Back again. That's right. Guess who's back in the house? How you doing, Caddy? Long time no see, my dude. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Oh, so you're guessing we don't know Edgeworth, Von Karma, etc.? Well, here's the thing. We do know Edgeworth because we knew Edgeworth from the time that we were a little kid. Because one of our inspirations to become an attorney was Edgeworth defending us against accusations that we had stolen classroom lunch money when we were in, like, I don't remember exactly what grade, like 4th to 6th grade, roughly. So he defended us. So we do know Edgeworth. Von Karma we haven't encountered yet, but we may encounter Von Karma in the events of this game. Because Von Karma had been a prosecutor for a very long time, and this only takes place 5 years before the first game. So it is possible we will meet Von Karma as well. Yeah. Doing good, doing good. Hey, that's what I like to hear, dude. That's what I like to hear. Man, oh. When are you gonna come visit us, dude? We need to see you. Me and Virtue miss you. Alright. Don't believe the murder weapon's been produced yet, correct? Well, that is... You're correct, Your Honor. So, how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? I could somehow establish how it was done. Maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Okay, let's establish the murder method then. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that. Now then, Ms. Faye, let me see what you've got. Devone. Imagine Mia fails and he goes to jail instead of becoming a lawyer. Some sort of like Mandela effect parallel universe situation. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Wasn't there a power line right here? Yeah, this right here. I think he was holding an umbrella and it hit these cables, I think? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Present my attorney's badge. You're funny. You're right. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is gonna have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? The murder weapon. Well, I think it's this, right? This thing right here. Take that. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then, the high voltage cable. Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. Yes, indeed, D-Bone. Power lines plus umbrella equal zzz. But you know, you would have thought he was a very smart fourth-year pharmacology student. You would have thought he had encountered the whole, like, it's raining and I need to go to the pharmacology building issue before. That maybe he would have known already, like, hey, you know, it's like, it's a bad idea to go ahead and open an umbrella right here. Maybe you oughta not. Maybe I just get a little wet. But who knows? Who knows? That certainly sounds plausible. That's right, you don't mess with down power lines. Do not touch. Stay away. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been the high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. What a ludicrous idea, okay? So what he is proposing is that somehow Phoenix Wright, who is struggling to get his act together to begin with, right? That he somehow is some kind of mastermind and is planning to murder the victim with a downed power line? What sort of plan is that? This doesn't make any sense. He was planning for there to be a downed power line at the day and time of their meeting? Very strange. Payne does have a lot of hair here. This is how you know it takes place in the past. That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. Ah, you mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Oh my goodness. Order! 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 That's enough. I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us. We're done. Mr. Grossberg. My hemorrhoids never lie. The show's over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor! At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Fay? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I can't just say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further... I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. I like the music. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. Oh, it feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. What? Oh, no. Why? I don't know that this pop culture reference was entirely necessary. The Harlem Shake. D-Bone, do you remember the Harlem Shake? Oh my goodness, okay. Man, that's an old school video at this point. Do the Harlem Shake. Oh man. Okay. That was so inappropriate. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. Was that popular in Japan? No, you know what, D-Bone? I'm like 99% sure that that's not a direct translation from the Japanese version, that's some kind of like a localized joke. That would be bizarre if the Japanese version of this game referenced the Harlem Shake. Cause like, this game came out before the Harlem Shake, first of all. The remaster came out after. He's on his back? How do you get on his stomach? Oh, you know, that's a good point. If we pushed him, and he would fall on his back, right? At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock. And that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. Hold on just a second. I just noticed something here. Let's move this a little bit. I'll put it here. Keep blocking this with my hair. Okay. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. It's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Doofus? Hey, lady. Be nice. Are you onto something? I don't know. I haven't played through this one. Let's see. Miss Faye? Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that'll prove it. That guy. He was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. What kind of loud noise, though? A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. I guess we need more details, right? Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. Yeah, right? Let me see here. Did it sound kind of like this? Did it sound like that? The mysterious sound? Alright, okay. Maybe it wasn't. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been... Yes? Could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail. Kinda like the owner. Dang, dude. That's unkind. You gotta burn this guy? He's dead. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. It was the whip and the nay-nay. Yeah, watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay. Ms. Faye. What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well... yeah, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Huh. How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. No, he didn't. Because the umbrella's over there. How is he on top of the umbrella if the umbrella's over there? And we know it's not Phoenix's umbrella because he just told us he doesn't even have one. Right? Okay. How about that, though? How about that, though? Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I'd mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, according to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No! Order! 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 The victim? He moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Okay, alright. Found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene, owned by the victim. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have blown over there by the wind. I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No! I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Yeah, good point, right? All right. Phoenix's testimony has been added to the court record. Victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, What are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness. Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Huh. Well, who is this witness? Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. No, not our girlfriend. Are we being betrayed? No. Come on, Dolly. Don't do me like this, girl. Come on. I thought we meant something to one another. Okay, Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is the witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? Oh my gosh. Sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay, we're taking a little recess. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy? You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway. Whoa, what is this look? What is this necklace he's got going on here? This is a bold look. Also, is she using a parasol indoors? They look like they're in a library here, and she's using a parasol indoors. Oh, maybe this is the key to the whole thing. Maybe Dahlia is actually the murderer, and her parasol is what we saw under the victim, huh? Oh, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, alright. Let's see. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She gave this to you? As a symbol of your love, okay. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this." So she gave it to you as a present. I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, all right. It makes me so happy, I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Okay, so he shows this to everyone. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. A bottle of what? I don't know. I don't know. That's the real question. It could be anything, right? Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases. Am I correct? I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Or first to be continued. We gotta save. Ooh, a new little piece of music. All right. Let's save over our data here. Excellent. Here we go. Why does she want it back? You're so confused. You know what? I'm wondering what the method of murder in the prior murder was, right? So there was a murder that took place in the courtroom 8 months ago, right? Maybe she poisoned him or something like that, and there's poison in that necklace. Eh? Maybe? I bet that necklace is central to the murder. And by the murder, I mean the one that took place in the courthouse, not the one that we were on trial for. Because I don't believe in coincidences. Why would she happen to give us something at the courthouse the day we met on the day that a murder occurred at the courthouse, unless these things are related to one another? It's kind of like a Chekhov's gun situation, right? Where why would they even mention it unless it was relevant? But we'll come back to that. We'll come back. We'll see if that logic bears through here. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Horn to the stand. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. All right. Miss Dahlia. Ooh. Ain't she pretty? Oh, wow, and the butterflies, too. I bet she's gonna look really wild if she gets angry, huh? What's with the stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Oh my god, okay. Another gem from the localization team. Milkshake, bringing all the boys to the yard. And they're like, it's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours, I could teach you, but I'd have to charge my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Okay. Sir? Is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. Yes, I can see why you'd say that. She's gonna be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Okay. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Ms. Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I like Feeny too. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it's my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never... That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey? Oh, do they know each other? What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. Once. I wonder if she was involved in our first case, which we lost, right? In any case, Ms. Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Fey. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. I think she just called us old. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Oh, gotta click on the right side here, okay. And suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Okay, this is new. Tell me more about this. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. I press her for no good reason. I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Well, there is a contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Ms. Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never... Ms. Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Ms. Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It's already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. Really? Okay. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. Well, what about the snap of the umbrella breaking, right? This doesn't make sense. Should we ask something? Press her. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. I went to go find some other students, and they called the authorities. Huh. Alright, well, pressing didn't really do anything, so we must need to present something instead. So, let's see, what is useful to us? Sound, right? Yeah, the loud sound when the victim fell. Presenting this. What about this? You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes. That's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. Okay. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Hey! Thank you so much for the follow. I'm on level 394 on Dark Souls 1. All right, hey, I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this stream. Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end just yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. I have her headphones, I did it? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think I did it. Wait a sec. Mia, that testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. Wait a minute, that there was lightning, right? Maybe he got struck by lightning? Is that possible? Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. Well, what do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Ms. Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Yeah. Good point. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Oh, okay. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? All right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you... Oh. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, it's God. God is the murderer. That's right. It was Thor, I believe is what he said. he's touching his Joseph. Yeah, it is sort of reminiscent of a JoJo hairstyle, isn't it? I think it's much too cool for this guy, really. It's a very slick look. What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? What is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m., which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words... Oh, wait a minute. Hold everything. I can't believe I missed this when this happened originally. We hit the follow goal! Woo! I'm so psyched! Yay! Thank you so much, Dark Souls! You helped me hit my follow goal! Oh man, I really appreciate you! Ooh, I like that. Gotta emote fast. That's hilarious, dude. Here, I gotta celebrate a little bit. Yeah! Oh man. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. Oh, okay. D-Bone, you thought I had a revelation about the case? Don't worry, I'm sure something will come to me. But we have to celebrate these little victories. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump could have caused them to break. Wow, okay. So, old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on the day in question at 2:55 p.m., so just before the alleged murder. Okay. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor. I don't like how this is looking one bit. You couldn't afford the HD trilogy, so you got the DS version for all of them? Yeah, the DS versions are great. But I am really enjoying this this HD version. We already played through the first 2 games, and now this, obviously we're just starting the 3rd one. But I've really enjoyed it so far. I haven't played this game at all, not when it was out originally. This is my first playthrough of this one. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Hold on. Center you a little more. You got such a long name. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Okay. It's not lightning. Well, we know for sure it can't be lightning, right? Because if it was lightning, then we wouldn't have received the affidavit saying there were no lightning strikes in the area on the day in question, right? So it can't be lightning. Must have been somebody bumping into it. And the only other person who was there was Phoenix, right? But Phoenix didn't have an umbrella. What the heck was going on? Gosh. I think it's gotta be this guy. Right?
Take that!
Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. The killer was you, Dark Souls? Oh man, I never saw that coming. Order in the court. You have an important question. When he was electrocuted, did it show his bones like it does in cartoon? Yes, did he kind of do the whole like zap thing, right? Yeah, where they kind of turn black and green, right? Like zap. Yeah. Okay, all right. Ah, the lamentations of my enemy, how I've longed to hear them. Yes, Mia, tell us what is best in life. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have... Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation... She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the... Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Oh my gosh, look at her. Look at this face. How could you say no to a face like this? How could you say no to butterflies like this? Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give me your new testimony. Da lame Hawthorne. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. All right, lady. What's the deal? The truth is, Beanie pushed him twice. What? Twice? Give me a break. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Oh, what a liar. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. Twice? Really? She is very sus, D-Bone. She is like maximum sus to me. I'm telling you, like, the more pink and parasols and ruffles and butterflies and the more of that kind of stuff there is, the more I think you're up to something, lady. You are up to no good. Miss Hawthorne, you previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you just did is called perjury. Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. Oh my gosh. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright? Yeah, thanks, Judge. It's not like this is a murder trial or anything. It's not like there are serious consequences involved here. You know, the truth, lies. It's basically the same. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ho, ho, ho. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Yeah, the judge is simping for her pretty hard, huh? The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the cable snaps at 2:55, right? And the time of death is at the same time when the watch stopped, which is like 3:05. So there's at least 10 minutes there. She's not making any sense. Okay, we gotta present something though to demonstrate this gap. Let's present, well, this is not helping us, the autopsy report, because it is around 3, right? But where are, let's see here. Where is this? Right? 3:05 on his watch. Oh, I gotta just believe her. Oh man, I believe you, pretty lady. I believe you. Flutter your eyelashes at me. I am buying all that you are selling. Alright, now I'm gonna bust it up. I wonder if she's got some kind of crazy getting mad animation. I can't wait to see. The pretty witnesses always look the craziest when we bust up their scene. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please look at it? Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Ms. Fay? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Wow! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Oh my goodness. Order! Order in the court! This is nonsense! The real murderer? Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Very carefully. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? My attorney's badge. No. Okay. So, who are our choices? Well, we have Marvin Grossberg, who wasn't even there. We have Phoenix Wright, who we're defending. This would be a terrible choice. We do have Dark Souls, but your portrait isn't showing up on here. You must be the true hacker as well. Right? Okay, so we've got Phoenix. Can't be Phoenix. We've got Doug Swallow. He's a victim. So I don't think he killed himself by electrocution. That's a really painful way to die. Could it have been Dahlia? I think perhaps it could have been Dahlia. I don't think it was Winston Payne. He had nothing to do with this other than being the prosecutor, right? It's Darlene. Yes, Miss Dahlia. And women, am I right? Just kidding. Let's present her. It was this lady. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. Whoa! How can you... The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order! Order! Miss Faye! What? I mean, why? Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything. She was listening to Mr. Ballin podcasts. Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. To Mr. Ballin. This is a true crime podcast? Yeah, right. You! What is it? Please strike everything the defense has said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ah! Achoo! Achoo! Leave my dolly alone! Achoo! That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. All right. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Let's take a look at it. Okay. So... Diego Armando, victim, age 28, occupation lawyer. Suspect Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. I think I know how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. I think it was by way of... Let's go back here. By way of this gaudy necklace here that is a bottle. That she handed off to him in the courthouse the day they met. And she's been asking for it back ever since. Could it be? I think perhaps there's something going on here. Yeah. Yeah. We did talk about poison earlier, D-Bone, right? Extremely sus. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Diego was our boyfriend. Oh man, he was poisoned to death by this woman? Dang. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you should let me handle this. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. Okay. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she had no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. I first met my darling Feeney 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again and you'll be held in contempt of court. And now we can enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Okay. I first met my darling Feeney 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. What were you doing there? The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case. I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. Guess we gotta keep pressing, we have no other option. Do you go to the courthouse reading room to hit on people? I hear that's a really good place to pick up a date. You just like walk up and sit down next to someone and ask them, hey, do you come here often? Haven't I seen you here before? How do you know it has nothing to do with the case? Exactly, you don't. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. A paper you were writing? Wait a minute. A paper she was writing? Hold on. No. No. Very little information is being disclosed at this time. Police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Where's the rest of it? Here we go, the police report. She was the suspect in a crime. She wasn't just hanging out there. He was interviewing her regarding another case. Yeah, she killed Diego. Absolutely. Let's present this. She definitely killed Diego. She poisoned that dude. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Ooh, how you like that? Order, order, order! This is unbelievable! It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide... Ms. Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Sorry, pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Ooh, you've really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. Come on, dude, really? Entirely too much discussion of this dude's hemorrhoids. Yeah. Dahlia spouting a bunch of bull? I agree with you. I agree with you. Let's take her down. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. Ah! What the... Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Aha, Mia! You're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Really? You wouldn't know where to get a poison like that? What about, how about your pharmacologist ex-boyfriend? Who's making experimental chemicals in the lab? Maybe he made it for you. Huh? Alright, let's go ahead and present it. What about this? What about this? You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Ms. Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You. No! Order! 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 Could it be? That's nothing but baseless May I say something, Madame Faye? Oh, so you know, huh? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Ms. Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're gonna lose this lead. The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. You're gonna accuse the young lady of committing the murder. Then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? It's this right here, obviously. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Order! Order in the court! On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Bully her? Mr. Wright, thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Oh, Mia, why are you being mean? Why are you being so mean? You don't think our boy Phoenix has any redeeming qualities? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. I know, dude. It's so brutal. I'm cringing on the inside for him, you know? Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she's always saying the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. Oh, you hurt his feelings. Mia, are you alright? Ah, the defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry, after him. Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace, Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Oh, D-Bone, you gotta go to bed? Alright, well thank you so much for stopping by to support me. I really appreciate it. It was good to talk to you again. I'm gonna be back to my normal streaming schedule now that I'm all set up again here, alright? So I hope I get to see you next time, okay? You have a good night. Sleep well, okay? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give me back the necklace. I ate it. He ate the bottle? What? You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah. No, dude, did you just eat glass? What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. That bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Ms. Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Ugh. Even after I prove so much, is she gonna get away with everything? Well now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne's been cleared up, I'd like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Wow, is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, the defendant is... Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? You put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? Oh man. She was gonna kill our boy, wasn't she? To get back that necklace, because he wouldn't give it back to her. Oh man. There was one person that was standing squarely in Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. Yeah, I know, right? Not only did she not love Phoenix, but she also tried to kill him? Worst girlfriend ever. I know, right? The person that Ms. Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Ms. Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Ms. Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace, that's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria. Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to him. Refused to return it to her. This goofus, he went around showing it off to everyone. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Oh, he's so sad. Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne, it appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. Yeah, she's a murderer. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? Huh. Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? Ooh. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Nasty old hag? I can't let her get away with this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price? You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No! You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Ms. Gray? Well, Ms. Fay? Can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible. You can't possibly. Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you're unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright. Oh, man. I understand, Your Honor. Yeah, I know, D-Bone. She would use it as a chance to burn me good. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Well then, Ms. Fay, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Ms. Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. Oh man. It's this, right? It's his cold killer pills. Did she do something to his pills? Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. And then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I'd like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Ms. Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Oh my gosh! Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some? Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Oh, she's so scary, oh my gosh! What, do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? Oh my gosh. That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I'll meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Yes. I'm gonna go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Peace, lady. Phew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care, I'm Winston Payne. And I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Ms. Hawthorne, with my very life. Ooh, but you did say that, though. You did just say that, though. You gonna take a pill? You gonna take a pill now? Huh? So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? And here comes the back pedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Oh. Yeah, my hair, my beautiful hair. Whoa, no. Oh, man. Mr. Payne? About Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Yeah, right. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor? Whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne. This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly! Oh. Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Yeah, that's right. Not guilty, baby. Yeah, not guilty. Here's a star for you. Mr. Payne, you tried. And I appreciate the effort. You showed some good hustle on the court today. Hey, thanks, Virtue. This court is adjourned. Okay. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Dude, why? Why do you keep talking about that? No. You don't need to share that kind of stuff with me, dude. It's okay. Does confetti drop every time a client gets found not guilty in the courtroom? Right? They just throw a party every time. Yay! Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them? That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. Do they have to restock confetti every time before the trial? You know, that's probably what the judge is doing when we're not presenting a case. He's restocking the confetti. It seems like that's what that guy'd be up to. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking... Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand? I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But... out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Eek! What kind of company does this guy keep? Oh, we know his best friend is Larry Butts. Is that guy gonna show up? I hope we get to see Larry Butts in this game. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Larry's a creep in this game. Larry in this game is the worst Larry. Is he more of a creep than Leisure Suit Larry? That's sort of the OG creepy Larry. Leisure Suit Larry. It's a very old game series. I'd be stunned if any of you even get that reference. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can still hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. That is a story for another day. Okay, that's the end of episode 1. Well, that was a pretty quick little turnabout, wasn't it? Okay, brand new episode has been added. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout. Well, this must be where we end up next time. Let's go ahead and bring it up so we can save into it. Save our progress. The guy in the mask is the prosecutor? Very cool. I can't wait to meet this guy. He looks pretty cool. The time is 1 a.m. Detective, we made it. Phew, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Oh. Oh, you said it, pal. It must have been our rock-solid security that scared him off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check? We've been had! Out front! Guards! Turn on the searchlights! Better note next time, gentlemen! Oh, look at this guy! Oh, look at this! Oh, the cape, the hat! Oh my god, it's such a look! What style! We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Oh my god. What a legend. What a legend. Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, it's right around the time that I normally wrap things up on this stream, so we've got our work cut out for us. When we start up the next time, we can get into this second turnabout. Mask Demask, huh? What a name. Oh boy, well, I can't wait to see more of Mask Demask and get to the bottom of this particular case's facts, right? So I guess the last thing that's left is for me to say thank you so much to everybody who showed up to support me tonight. I really appreciate you. An extra special thank you to level 394 on Dark Souls. I really appreciate you. Thanks for the follow, getting me to my goal. You're awesome, dude. Thanks. So I will be back again as usual on Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you then, okay? Take care.